Joining us to give us her version of what happened that morning at the residence of the Delhi Chief Minister is the former head of the Delhi Commission for Women, Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament, Swati Maliwal. Swati ji, welcome.
Hi.
Swati ji, I want to start by asking you about your version of what happened on the 13th of May, because what you're alleging is that there was an altercation with the personal secretary of the Delhi CM, and you claim that he beat you up, but everyone who's watching would first like to know what happened which allegedly led to that kind of altercation.
So on 13th of May at around 9 a.m. in the morning, I went and visited Mr. Arvind Kejriwal at his residence. I entered the house and the staff made me sit in the drawing room, and I was peacefully sitting in the drawing room. I was told that Arvindji is at home and he's just coming to meet me. And this was done twice by two different staff. And while I was waiting there peacefully, Bibhav Kumar, who was the PS of Arvind Kejriwal ji, he entered the room and he was screaming and shouting and started abusing me. नीच औरत, तेरी औकात क्या है, तुझे तो हम सबक सिखाएंगे. All those words were said, and he came and stood right in front of me while I was sitting at the sofa. There was absolutely no provocation on my side, and all I ended up saying was like, what, how, and immediately he started slapping me. So he slapped me around 7 to 8 times with full force, and in order to prevent him from doing so, while I was sitting and he was standing in front of me, I tried to push him with my legs, and that just made him grab my leg, and he pulled me down, and my head also banged against the center table, and I was on the floor. And while all of this was happening, I was screaming and shouting for help. No one came, and this man then started kicking me with his legs. And I was having my periods, and I was going on telling him that leave me because I'm in extreme pain, but he did not leave me.
No, but the thing is, when people watch this, they also know that you and Bibhav Kumar have known each other since at least 2006, when he was, even before the Aadmi party, there was the India Against Corruption. He was at that time with an NGO called Kabir, which was run by Manish Sisodia. So you guys have known each other for 2 decades. Now most people, when they're watching this, will wonder, if two people have known each other for 2 decades, how is it that he suddenly comes and starts beating? I mean, surely something would have happened on either side, which would have potentially then led to this kind of an escalation. ऐसे थोड़ी कोई किसी को मारना start करे.
So I have filed a complaint with the Delhi police, and the reason as to why this was done is right now under investigation. So it will not be proper on my part to speak about that. But when you say that I know Bibhav since 2006, of course I know him since 2006. We were working in different streams. I was working with Arvind Kejriwal ji, he was working with Manish Sisodia ji. We've never really worked together, and he was always in a more of a clerical role back then. But by now, the Bibhav Kumar of now is a very changed person. He is a very, very powerful man in the party, and he is somebody who is the biggest confidant of the Chief Minister. And he's also, for instance, the house that has been allotted to him, it is even bigger than the house of ministers. So you can understand the kind of clout that he's enjoying. He's also had an assault case before filed against him. And people are scared in the party of him. So what in 2006, once in a while when we used to casually meet, what Bibhav was then and what Bibhav is now are two different things altogether.
No, but let's look at some of the things that are being said in this case. The first is that you reached without taking an appointment. That ऐसे कोई थोड़ी बगैर appointment के Chief Minister के घर पहुंच जाता है and then insists that I want to meet the Chief Minister. Why did you not, as an AAP MP, seek an appointment and go meet the Chief Minister the proper way?
But this is the proper way. I've known him for 18 years. Every time that we went to his house, this is the way that I have entered. And if what Bibhav is now trying to claim after I filed a complaint against him, he says that I was trespassing. If I was trespassing, then stop me at the gate. How is it that I entered the drawing room of the Chief Minister? Obviously, I was called inside, and that's how I went. And suppose somebody came and told me that no, he is not going to meet you today, I would have got up and left. I'm a member of parliament. The fact is that every time that I have visited him, this is the way that I have visited. Yes, of course, if you go and meet him in the secretariat, then there is certain protocol, because there are a lot of meetings that are happening and there are senior officers that are coming in and going out, and then you have to take a particular appointment. But right now I went and visited him at his house.
And you never took an appointment before this while going to his house?
Never, ever. That is the way we've always gone. He's come to our house, we've gone to his house. And it was, and if it was a problem, stop me at the gate. Why do you have to beat me up? Suppose somebody lands up at your house without an appointment. Will you make sure that that person is beaten up?
No, but I'm still trying to get to that, because let's assume that you go in, you're telling everyone who's watching that the moment he saw you, he flared up, right? Now, frankly, most people who are watching would find that tough to believe, that if people have known each other and you had this easy relationship with him, you'd come to the Chief Minister's house, he'd come to your house, then you don't just start beating each other up. And Bibhav is the right-hand man of the Delhi Chief Minister. So I'm just trying to understand for a moment what built up in the moment which led to this kind of an altercation. You must, for people to understand what really happened, try and explain that.
So exactly what happened with me, I have written down. In fact, when I was beaten up and while I was lying on the floor, I somehow managed to, sort of get myself free. I then again sat back on the sofa, and while I was on the sofa, I took out my phone and I started giving a call. Bibhav was standing there, and when he realized that I'm calling the 112 number, because I said that I'm going to call the 112 number, and I took out the phone and I started making that call, he even threatened me at that moment. He said that कर ले, तेरे को जो करना है, तू हमारा कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ पाएगी, तेरे को तो गड़वा के डाल देंगे, तेरे हड्डी पसली तोड़ देंगे. All of that was said. And the moment I gave that call, he rushed out, brought in these security people, and then there was almost a 10-minute conversation between me and the security people where I was screaming at the top of my lungs that, look, I was beaten up black and blue, it's been really bad. Please, for heaven's sake, let the Delhi police come here, and I want the Delhi police to take over. I'm trying to talk to some DCPs, let them come here, because I don't want that the crime scene should be tampered. But they just didn't listen to me. So it went on for some time. As far as why it was done, because it's a matter of investigation, I think at this moment I will not like to comment on it. But I can tell you that I'm speaking the 100% truth. If I was not speaking the truth, how is it that my MLC, my medical legal examination, revealed injuries? If I was not speaking the truth, am I some kind of a suicide bomber? Because I've lost everything in the process. Forget about them. I've got finished, because the moment this call was made and after that when I was filing the complaint, between the two periods, there was this so much pressure that was put on me that you will be called a BJP agent, you will be isolated, we will make sure that nobody believes you, we will try and paint you as somebody who files false cases, there will be personal attacks. Despite all of that, I still took on a very big system, because what happened with me is completely unacceptable. I had that feeling that if I let go in this moment, this man who is so blatant and brazen, I don't know if he can do that with me, I don't know what he'll do with others.